So I've never had an A2P rejection yet, knock on wood. A lot of people struggle with it, but I don't, because I have the terms of service, I have the privacy policy. Hey guys, Greg Vasil here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to get A2P registered. So if you want to send any kind of SMS from an application like HighLevel, you need to get A2P registered. And this is a new thing implemented by carriers in the US. This is US only, right? So if you're in Canada, if you're in Europe, you don't need to do this, but in US you need to get A2P registered. This started, I believe, in August of 2023. And at first it was like a big deal. It took 2 weeks to get up and running, and there were huge lineups and waits. But now it's 2 business days, you can get A2P up and running. This is, again, strictly for sending SMS messages from HighLevel, like drip follow-up to your leads on automation in the US. Let's dive right in and I'll show you how to do that. I just have onboarded a client, okay, and we got a phone number. So you need to get a phone number when you are in HighLevel. Now, my HighLevel is branded with my logo with different colors, but it is the GoHighLevel app, I assure you. You need to get a phone number, right? If you don't have a phone number, you can go ahead, add number, add phone number, and choose US. And I would go filter by first part of number and then whatever area code you type in, and then you look for it. If it doesn't have that specific area code, you may try to find another area code. So in this case we had 267, and you can choose whichever area code you want. So you need a phone number, right? That would be step 1. Just be careful, because the same area code can say like a different city, be coming from a different city. So that will show up whenever, let's say you use that number to call the lead. So you need a number. That's step 1. Step 2, in the onboarding, you need to find out all your clients' personal information. Their first and last name, their address. It could be the business address, it could be the brokerage if it's a realtor. You need the state, the city, the language. If they have a website, put in a website, business phone number, business email, definitely. Then you have this on the right, authorized representative. So this is basically, again, their first and last name. Because I'm in the realtor niche, their business name is basically their first and last name, right? And so this is important. This part is important. They're usually gonna be one of 2 things, okay? They're either gonna be when you click here, an LLC or a sole proprietorship, okay? So sole proprietorship, it's also self-employed, or I know it's slightly different, sole proprietorship and self-employed, but in these eyes, it's basically the same thing. It's basically gonna have, for A2P, you're gonna have 2 options, okay? So option number 1 is gonna be LLC, okay? So if they have a limited liability company, some, especially for realtors, some don't. If it's a small business, whatever it is, a dry cleaner, a gardener, a landscape business, or a dentist, they probably have an LLC. Or an individual. Okay, individual, that's the other choice. Okay, and within individual, we can have self-employed, right? SI. We can have the 1099, which is self-employed. We can have sole proprietorship. This is all coming under the umbrella of individual for the A2P specific, okay? In here, business information, if you're gonna select this one for both. So my industry is real estate, and then you're gonna select an EIN for both, even if they don't have it. But in this case, because it's an individual, right? That's the second kind of branch. We're going to say my business is not registered, right? If it is registered and they have an EIN, then you put it in here. It's usually 2 numbers followed by, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 more numbers. So it's like an 8-digit. I don't have it handy, but that's what an EIN would be. If they are a sole prop, if they are an LLC. So again, if they're an LLC, you're gonna put a EIN here, right? Employer identification number. If they're an individual, you're gonna leave this blank, and then you're gonna select my business is not registered. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. That's how it was, right? And then again, authorized representative, and then this here, make sure everything's good here, and make sure everything is good here. You don't need a branded domain. Website is good. Yeah, let's go ahead and now set up the, so this would be, first is get the number, second is make sure all this info is correct. Now you will be doing this on the onboarding, right? So if you watch the previous video where I onboarded Ken, I get them to fill this out with me while they share their Zoom screen, right? So important, because I don't want to hit them back up later, but sometimes that happens, right? So I get them to fill this out. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to, again, we are in settings over here in high level, and we are in phone numbers. So settings and phone number, all right? And now that we have all that info, let's get started with your, see, it's gonna say your A2P 10DLC is incomplete, right? So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna hit this Trust Center over here. Okay, and over here, you're gonna see this A2P wizard, okay? There's two components to it. There's the brand and the campaign, okay? Brand, you'll get verified within 2 hours probably. And then campaign, you're gonna have 2 business days. So let's go ahead and go over here and go to start registering now. All right, it's just gonna walk you through these steps, and then we're just gonna go step by step. Is the business entity register located in the US and Canada? Yes. And then does the business registering have a tax ID? So does it have a tax ID? No, it doesn't. It does not have an EIN, because you are, remember, you are this is an individual. It's not. If it's an LLC, you would say yes. So let me just really quickly show you how, if I go continue, it will have specific areas where I can enter the EIN, right? Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it's a 9-digit number. And then we go continue, continue. I'm just zooming by. I want to show you this because it's a LLC. If it's an LLC and they have the LLC EIN number, we're gonna go with low volume. You can go see low volume is $20.95. They still charge you a one-time fee for A2P setup. Do not go high volume. $65, like 6,000 segments per day. That's a lot. A segment is 160 characters in the SMS. Okay, that's one segment. So that means that sometimes the SMS is like longer. So you can send 2,000 to 3,000 messages per day. That's more than enough for most businesses, small businesses. It's really enough. You don't need high volume. Okay, so I just want to show you this. Let's go back and let's go cancel. Okay, so we'll start again and we'll go to start registering now. Located in the US, and no, does not have a tax ID. Okay, does not have a tax ID. And let's go, so individual, right? Again, EIN, LLC, individual, no EIN. We're gonna go here. Continue, okay? So now this comes in handy, filling up all that information, filling it out in the business settings. Okay, so let's go to continue. That's the person's name, country, state, address, city, zip code. Now, when your client is filling this out, please get them to make sure that, especially if it's the LLC version, it's the same as their tax documents, okay? So if their tax documents have their address, let's say unit whatever, unit 10, or in some cases it's here, 10 dash, the unit comes in the front, it matters because they're gonna verify with your tax documents and stuff. So it should be like it appears. And if you're like, if you have on your tax documents you have a middle name, let's say, then preferably it's the same, it's spelled the same way. And if it's an LLC and it has Inc. dot or LLC dot, then make sure that's how it is. Okay, so everything's filled out here. We're gonna go continue. Again, spelling authorized representative, remember we filled it out up in here, business profile. So we're gonna make sure that this is like that. Job position, that's fine. Other, this is all the client filled this out. Business title, other, that's fine. And this here, real estate agent, because that's what they are. Okay, their phone number. So this is their personal number, not the business, not the number we bought them, right? This is their personal phone number. Email, and then let's go continue. Okay, and here we have two other choices. Sole prop. Yeah, sorry, these are not choices. You can't click these. It's not like in the LLC where it's like high volume, low volume. They're both brand and campaign, and it costs $20.95. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and acknowledge this. Okay, and let's go ahead and continue. All right, brand name, the client's name, or your name if you are the client doing this. Business industry, we're gonna go with real estate. Okay, and then phone number again is okay. Phone number, industry is real estate, but you can see how easy it is. If you mess up, just go back, restart again. Let's go ahead and continue. Okay, so the next two kind of screens, this is where the A2P stuff kind of, the rubber meets the road, as they say. So your campaign use case, right? This is sole proprietor. That's the only one. Use case description. Please explain in detail. Okay, so they have samples here. Okay, they have examples here that HighLevel is helping you, so you can actually basically copy and paste this. I have my own. This is straightforward. You don't have to change anything. This number will be used to send appointment confirmation, links, account information, product information, a web chat widget. So it's basically the umbrella of they want to know how you're gonna. They want to make sure you're not gonna spam. Okay, and then after that, after the use case, you need two examples. Okay. Two examples, so 1 and 2. Two example, and they want the opt-out language. They want a phone number. They want, so must include lead name, your name, business name, and opt-out language. So, for example, here's other examples that we can have here. Right? You can basically click this and you can paste this in and edit this. Okay. I have my own again where I'm gonna copy and paste this. So here we go. So here we go. Let's do this. We're going to do this. We're going to take out from, because you're not from a company. Hi, Susan. Thanks for scheduling a call with us. We're looking forward to it. Reply stop to unsubscribe. Cool. Opt-out language is reply stop to unsubscribe. Lead name, Susan, your name or client's name. Okay, cool. Second one, all right, must include lead name, your name, business name, and opt-out language. Okay, and again, you will have these examples here as well that you can copy and paste. Let's go ahead. Hi, John. Your consultation with, and we're going to replace the name with, is coming up on, let's put a future date. Let's put June 15 at 9 a.m. Looking forward to meeting with you soon. Please reach out to, and this is sometime in one of these, I usually put their phone number because I want it to show you that they can reach out. There's a phone number they can reschedule with, right? Just like this says, okay, this doesn't have a phone number, but this one has a phone number, I believe. Yeah, reach out to +1 this phone number to unsubscribe. Okay, this message will include an embedded link. This message will include phone numbers. So this is standard. You just leave this on, and this is new. Age-gated content, definitely we don't want to check this off. And then include content related to direct lending or other loan arrangement. This is a tricky one. So if you are serving loan officers or mortgage brokers, then I would probably check this off. And if you're doing if you're offering any kind of payday loans, any kind of like these kind of things, you have to check this off. Otherwise, they will flag your messages. And that does happen, unfortunately, even with just regular real estate thing. You still can get flagged, even if you're A2P compliant. Okay, let's go ahead and click continue. And there's going to be one more thing. So how do leads consent to receive messages? So in here, they want you to show them how do they opt in. Okay, how do they opt in to your messages? So it's important to put a URL here. It's important to put a URL. Okay, we're gonna do a little side quest, okay, a side step, and I'm gonna show you how to set up their, because they actually have a page. They should have a page with their opt-in. Basically, if I open up a new tab and I paste this in and I hit enter, we're gonna take them there. So when the whatever verifiers of A2P arrive, they're gonna be like, okay, they have a checkbox, they have an opt-in, and this again is all from the A2P free snapshot from Extendly. Okay, and then I added my touch, which is the logos, and I added privacy policy, terms of service. So I've never had an A2P rejection yet, knock on wood. A lot of people struggle with it, but I don't, because I have the terms of service, I have the privacy policy, Okay. By the way, the terms of service, this is specifically for A2P registration, SMS and A2P. Okay, so they can opt out with stop. So this is so important, and I have 100% approval rate for this. All right, so what I did was I opened up a new tab with the client's sub account open, right? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head over to sites, okay, and they have this SMS compliance funnel, okay, and I got this from the Extendly A2P free snapshot that they provided, okay. So for free, no strings attached, you can download my A2P snapshot, okay, and then you upload it and you do your thing, and you should have like a master snapshot, okay. So I have a master snapshot, and with it I combine different other snapshots that I've acquired over time, right? I bought like a really nice real estate snapshot for $500. I got this free A2P one and I put it into my snapshot, and now when somebody buys my software or I get a new agency client, it automatically uploads all of that into their account, right? So this was part of it. So it's a very straightforward, easy thing if you look at it. So for example, there's basically an opt-in page, okay, a privacy policy and terms of service. Now I believe privacy and terms were not part of the Extendly thing. I created it myself. You can look at anybody's privacy policy in your niche, and then you could just copy and paste that and then just tweak it to fit your client. So the way it looks like is this. Now I don't have a domain for this person, right, set up, so there's no domain here. It's all hosted on the HighLevel's domain. So this is the opt-in. In the A2P registration, we want to show them this opt-in URL. We're gonna copy and paste the URL to this page, okay. So you actually can't see this in the video, but it looks like this. This is the URL. Okay. Again, it's hosted on the HighLevel domain because you don't have a domain set up. I don't think there's any merit in buying a domain just for this, for that individual, for your client, unless later on you're going to use it to run something on their domain. So opt in by visiting, and then I'm going to right click paste. We're going to put this here, and then last one is opt-in message, and then you have successfully opted in. So we can just copy and paste their example. From company name, we're going to replace this with the client's name or your name. If you're the client, please reply stop, and then you go submit. Okay, successfully submitted A2P brand and blah blah blah. We've submitted the A2P, right? They're gonna get, as soon as we do this, and I don't know if it's instantaneous or if it takes a little while, they're gonna get a message, a text message on their phone. Okay, they're gonna get a text to see that already happened. And what happens basically, they will get a message saying, "Are you Ken? We are the A2P agency. Please reply yes." So all you need to do is you need to tell your client to reply yes, okay, to that message. Okay, so I'm actually going to do this right now. Give me a second. Okay, so I just sent an email to my client explaining that they will get a verification code, and then they have to reply yes. Now, if for example, a few days go by and it gets buried or it's expired, whatever it is, all I have to do is I go back to here, right? And here meaning I go to settings, phone numbers, trust center, and I'm taken to the screen. I can just click this, resend OTP, and it's going to send them another one. So for example, if this gets away from them and they don't do it right away, I can manually keep resending to them, or let's say 4 days later I can be like, "Hey Ken, did you reply yes?" And he says, "Oh, I forgot." I'm like, "Okay, I'll resend it to you," and I come over here and I click this resend, and then they will get it and reply yes. Okay, so this is how it works, and then you just wait couple of days, and this banner will turn. There was a banner here that said A2P non-compliant. It will be like, yes, you are A2P compliant. This concludes the in-depth A2P tutorial. I've had 100% success rate. I've never had anything rejected for A2P. It takes 2 business days now, so that's good. Again, it's in settings, phone numbers, trust center. And again, this has to be, I'm just going to resend it anyways, because I guess he hasn't seen the email, so he's going to get a brand new message. It's going to be like a thread, like a second message in the thread. You'll get a notification, you'll get an email that the brand is verified within, honestly, it takes the same day. And then come back here to Trust Center, right? Or you may have to manually come back, but just come back and just check it out. All right, guys, this covered everything. I hope you enjoyed, and please, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can subscribe. I would love that. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.